Did you know that your joints don't have their own direct blood supply? Instead, they rely on movement to circulate nutrients and remove waste products. In many ways, movement acts like a pump that helps keep your joints healthy, lubricated, and functioning properly. This is one reason why so many people notice that their body feels stiff, sore, or uncomfortable after long periods of sitting, resting, or being inactive. We've all experienced this. You sit at a desk all day and your back tightens up. You spend a weekend on the couch and you feel more tired than when you started. You take time away from training and suddenly your body feels older, stiffer, and less capable. Many people assume this means they need more stretching, massage, or treatment. While those things can sometimes help, the real issue is often much simpler. The body is designed to move. Movement helps circulate blood, lubricate joints, activate muscles, stimulate the nervous system, and maintain healthy tissue quality. When movement decreases, the body begins adapting to that lower demand. Joints become less mobile, muscles become less active, balance and coordination decline, movement confidence reduces, even your breathing patterns can change. This doesn't mean your body is damaged, it simply means your body is adapting to what you're asking it for. One of the biggest misconceptions is fitness is that movement only counts in a workout. The truth is that your body benefits from movement throughout the entire day. Walking, changing positions, reaching, squatting, rotating, balancing, breathing well. These small movement opportunities help maintain the health and function of your entire system. This is particularly important after injury. When we experience pain, it's natural to move less, but prolonged avoidance of movement can often create new problems. The body can become deconditioned, lose confidence, and develop protective movement patterns that persist over long term. The goal isn't to train harder, the goal is to move more often, move better, and when movement becomes part of your daily routine, your body becomes more adaptable, resilient, and capable of handling life's physical demands. If your body feels stiff, tight, or uncomfortable, don't automatically assume something is wrong. Sometimes it's simply your body's way of asking for movement. Follow this routine to learn healthy daily movement habits that help prevent injury long term. Together, we'll build better movement awareness. It will improve mobility, develop strength and stability, and create movement practices that keep your body feeling strong, feeling capable, and helping you feel resilient. Let's get started. For this routine, you're just going to need a couple of dumbbells close by, light to medium. So we're going to start at the back of a mat and you're going to just roll down, dropping the chin first, then letting the shoulders relax, softening the knees. So first of all, just articulating the spine, walking all the way out in front, holding the position, pressing out of the hands. Try to notice if the chin wants to drop and you want to sink into the shoulders. Place the weight in your big toes, then walk backwards without rocking your hips. You keep them really still. Push the heels into the ground, drop your head, and then roll up from the center of your shoulder blade. So not, you tilt your hips under, but instead of kind of crunching the spine, you're trying to create length. So lengthen, 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 rolling down again, breathing out. Good. Bending the knees slightly. So remember, when we're doing these body weight movements, the goal, press out of the arms, is to use as little energy as possible. So you never want body weight movements to look like effort. When you watch a body weight movement, it should look effortless. So we want to try to really relax the body and only use the amount of energy necessary for that movement. Push out. Good. Hold this position. Bend the knees and place them on the ground. You're going to lift your feet and tilt your hips under. Have your hands directly under your shoulders. So just make sure you're not sticking your bottom out here. So we're tilting under. We're going to inhale to bring the hand to the rib. And you'll notice my upper body is twisting, but I'm not going to twist my lower body. I'm going to keep that square to the ground. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Alternating sides. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to alternate and rotate. Good. Keep it going. Breathing in and out, up to the ribs. So we're inhaling as we twist to create rotation by allowing the rotational muscles to stretch. When we exhale, they shorten. So breathing in and breathing out. And exhale. Good. Sitting back on the heels, reach the fingertips out and look towards your hands. Then you're going to curl your head under. Round that back, press the hips forward and do a ripple body roll and then back. Really curling the head under, relaxing the body, open the chest. And one more. Curl the head under. Round and open the body and the shoulders. Good. And then bring the knees forward, grab your dumbbell. So we're going to be doing a tricep, straight arm tricep raise. So from here, we're going to grab the weight. If you want a stack of books or a block under the opposite hand, you can do that. You're going to have the hips slightly in front of the knees. Lift that right arm up to the hip and back down. Now the key here is really opening the shoulder as you bring it up and down. Don't go too heavy because we want to integrate the whole body here and get the whole system engaged. If you're really heavy on the arm, you're going to be straining through the arm muscles. So make sure that you've got a weight where you're able to really open the chest and shoulders and feel the whole body connecting all the way through the torso and the back when you are lifting the weight. Exhale to lift and then lower it down. And again, up, just making sure you're not holding your breath. One more, lift it up. Good, other side. And we're going to open the shoulder and bring it down. Try to notice if the body's wanting to shift or if it's harder to connect on one side. You feel a little weaker and down. Good, breathing. Two more, up, shoulder opens, connecting the back of the shoulder. That's an important one here. Good, and down. Come up onto your knees. So if you want to put a cushion under your knees here, then just put something underneath if the knees feel a bit hard on the floor. You're going to tuck your hips so that you can feel the back of your legs engage in your glutes. We're opening the front of the hips here. And we're going to do a thigh stretch, hinge backwards, and then back up. You might find that you can't go that far initially and that you can only do a little hinge, and that's fine. You're just building up that endurance through the stretch of the muscle, hinging back and bring it up. What you want to try to avoid is hinging and releasing. So it's a real tuck. You're trying not to extend your back, keeping everything connected through the front. Good, two more. And back, breathing. Good, one more. Take it back. And up, nice work. Sitting down on the mat with your feet in front of you, hands are turned out. I'm going to drive the hips up, opening the chest and then bring the bottom back towards the hands. So I'm pushing out of my hands, opening my chest. Open the hands as wide as you need here to give yourself that nice open chest. Press into all the fingers in the hands. Make sure you haven't got all the weight in your wrist. Lift and tilt the hips under and bring the bum back to the hands. Drive through the feet, really opening up the chest, the shoulders, and engaging the back of the body. Good. Lift and tilt and bring it back. Good. 2 more. And bring it back. Last one. Good. And take it back. Sitting in the middle, grab behind your knees, and you're just going to roll backwards. Then from here, using your hands as little as possible, you're going to roll up, hold, and roll down. And again, roll up, hold, and roll down. Now, if you can here, you want to roll up, hold, take your hands away, and roll down. If you can roll up without your hands, you roll up. So this is real core strength because it's articulating your spine, which is having to be soft. Yeah, so articulating each vertebra, but using your core muscles to do it, plus your breathing. So it's really about using those intrinsic core muscles. Good, and down. 1 more. And roll up. Exhale. Good, and roll down. Nice. Whew, it's always a good one, that one. So you're going to take your hands behind your head and raise 1 foot to 90 degrees and anchor the opposite hip down. So you want to make sure here you haven't let yourself flop to one side. So you anchor that hip, then you're going to exhale and just curl your upper body and shoulders off the floor. Try to notice if you want to tuck your hips. You don't want to do that. You want to try to keep the lower back really long here and breathing out and curling. And like I said earlier, we're trying to keep the rest of the body really relaxed here and keep the effort in the stomach. And breathe out, lift and lower and exhale. Good, and 1 more. Keeping the back of that right hip anchored so that you're even across the front of your hips. Other side. This time I'm going to keep the back of my left hip anchored and come up and down. Good, and exhale. That just helps our pelvis stay stable so that we work the abdominals correctly and we're not compensating by twisting the pelvis into a funny position. And exhale, lift. Good, and lower. Good. So even though it's a small movement, we're now working more of these upper attachments, and before we just worked more of those lower attachments and a little bit of the upper too, but was more sort of integrated in that last exercise. 1 more, whereas this one's a little bit of the lower, but mainly try to getting that first part of flexion engaged. Good. Hug the knees all the way into the chest and just rock the hips around. Good. Nice work. And that's the end of your movement session. You can do that every day. If you have any questions, then please just drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. You can always add in more load to your movement sessions as your body adapts and finds it easy. Remember, we're looking for efficiency. So if you find that your body's super relaxed during all of the movements, you can start to challenge yourself with load and see if your body can maintain, can adapt, and then adapts to the load and become relaxed again. And then you add more load, and that's sort of your adaptation process. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, then please subscribe.